So we're going to go through the warm-up that we've been practicing, and this time as we go through it we'll be really focusing on our gaze and where our gaze is directed. So I'll be talking you through this. Let's inhale the arms up above the head and taking our eyes to our fingertips, and exhale Utkatasana, taking our eyes to our nose, slightly cross-eyed again, and Uttanasana to our toes, looking at your toes. Stepping the right leg back. Big inhalation out, warrior one. Bringing the fingertips all the way up, gazing at the fingertips. Exhale, follow the fingertips down. Back to plank. Down to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Looking up into the middle of the forehead or the third eye, and exhale back to downward facing dog, gazing at your belly button. And inhale, right leg coming forward, looking at the toes, and then inhale, following the fingertips all the way up, gazing up towards the fingertips, following the fingertips all the way down. Back to plank, chaturanga, looking at the nose, up into the third eye, back to the belly button. 5 breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. So the gaze might not fall on the belly button, but towards the belly button, and just keep your eyes fixed on what they fall on. And when we're ready, inhaling, stepping or jumping the feet to the hands, looking at the toes, and Utkatasana, looking at the nose, and looking up towards the hands, Urdhva Hastasana, and bring the hands to prayer position, looking towards the nose. Again, left side, inhale, looking up towards the fingertips, and Utkatasana to the nose, and Uttanasana to the toes. And exhale, stepping the left leg back, and inhale, following the fingertips all the way up, right up to the sky, and following the fingertips all the way down on the exhalation. Stepping back to plank, down to the nose, up to the third eye, and belly button. And left leg forward, toes, following the fingertips, following the fingertips on the exhalation down, back to plank, down to chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog to the belly button. So even though we're focusing on the gaze, let us not forget all the other things in our postures. So in our downward facing dog, hands and fingers spread, back of the wrists lifted, back of the elbow lifted, inner elbows facing one another. Shoulders, scapula moving towards the sacrum. Stepping or jumping the feet in towards the hands now. Looking at the toes, looking at your nose, looking at your fingertips, and following the fingertips down. Bring the gaze towards the hands and in towards the nose. One more time each side. Arms coming up. Looking up towards the fingertips, to the nose for Utkatasana, to the toes for Uttanasana. And stepping the right leg back, following the fingertips up, reaching the heel all the way back, the knee all the way forward, follow the fingertips down, lay long over the front leg, keep the back leg nice and straight and extended. Exhale down to Chaturanga, upward facing dog, up towards the third eye, back to downward facing dog, belly button. Inhale, stepping the right leg forward, looking at the toes, watching them gracefully coming through, following the fingertips up, following them down, back to plank, down to Chaturanga, looking at the nose, looking at the third eye, to plank, downward facing dog, towards the belly button. 5 breaths here. Lifting the sit bones up towards the sky. Back of the thigh bone lifting up towards the sky. And stepping or jumping the feet in towards the hands, looking at the toes, looking at your nose, and up towards the fingertips. And bring the palms back down, following the fingertips down. And last one, taking the gaze up, following the fingertips. And Utkatasana, looking at the nose, toes, left leg back, toes, following the fingertips now, being really aware of where your gaze falls, following the fingertips down, nose, third eye, belly button, left leg forward, toes, now to the fingertips. And coming forward, following the fingertips down. Calmly stepping back, down to Chaturanga. Nose, third eye, belly button. Long, smooth and even breaths here. So the feet are spread and broad. The shins are lifting. The back of the thigh bones lifting up towards the sit bones lifting towards the sky. Scapula to sacrum. Stepping or jumping the feet in towards the hands. Looking at the toes. Nose. Fingertips. And back to prayer position. And following your gaze with your hands down to Uttanasana, looking at our toes. We're going to come into warming up our core now. And step